Hello again from the NZRL Youth Tournament for 2023. Thank you for joining us here from Owen, Delaney Park in Taupo, and this is the next match between the Wellington and South Island 18s girls teams, and first match for both teams here at this year's tournament. In fact, all the matches have now been completed in the 16s first round, and there's a couple interesting results already. Both Auckland teams have been beaten in their first game. South Island too good for Aotearoa 16-0. Mid-Central have beaten Auckland Vulcans 16-0. And of course the game we streamed just a moment ago between Wellington and Waikato, with Wellington winning 22 points to 4. Counties had the first round bye in the 16s, so well done to the South Island and Mid-Central teams for beating their Auckland opponents in the first round of pool play. But we now move to the 18s division. 7 teams are going to battle out this for the title for the next couple of days. Auckland, Waikato, Aotearoa, they're in Pool A. We've got a Pool B match between the South Island and Wellington, just touched on. Another one between Bay of Plenty and Counties Manukau about to start in the next little while. So this is the challenge for Wellington and the South Island. Wellington again, a good side coming together here. 2 of their players have played in the National Women's Premiership this season. That's pretty decent for 2 17-year-olds. Jess Partia, the fullback, Dallas Taupo, who's playing at hooker. Both have been playing for the Wellington Orcas in the National Women's Premiership this season. So outstanding to see them move through, and both of those players are here, along with several others that were seen at the District 9s and last year's 16s and 18s tournaments as well. So the South Island get the game underway, and here comes Wellington through Leah Tuiatua with the first carry. So the South Island could have their hands full as Wellington come forward again. They're coached by Charlie Gubb. How cool to see Charlie Gubb on the sidelines for this Wellington 18s girls team. He's a bit of a folk hero at the Warriors when he was there a few years ago, was Charlie Gubb. Russell Leah into the 30. And now here comes Davis. Drossards Lake, Anais Drossards Lake. We saw her sister playing in the 16s a moment ago. There's Taupo at dummy half. And now we have Davis with that kick. Oh, it's caught beautifully here by Wellington. And straight away going over to score. A very good try for Wellington is their number 11. It's Anais Drossards Lake. And she gets Wellington on the board. It's 4 points to 0. What a spectacular try that was. Doesn't get much better on a rugby league field than that from Wellington. Excellent pace and rugby league IQ executed. And straight away the South Island have to head to their try line. And Wellington make a hot start. No Trinity Tauaniai this year. Saw Alexis Tauaniai at this tournament a few years ago. Of course, she's gone on to play with the St George Illawarra Dragons in the NRLW. Had a rookie season this year. Already been talked about as a Kiwi Ferns contender. Is Tauaniai. Sister went over there with her as well. They are both amazingly gifted rugby league players, and really looking forward to seeing them grow into the professional game over the next little while. So try goes unconverted, and Wellington though make a statement in the first couple of minutes. So here's the South Island. What can they do as Wellington dominate the possession, and Sutherland fields the kick off. South Island risking a penalty there. Tuiatua was again as the Orcas drive forward up towards the halfway already. There's a good run by Reid, and now next player up is Ranapera. She's over the halfway line. Who's playing at lock. Upper Hutt College she goes to. Here's Davis. Again looking for gaps up the middle. She was in the 16s team that Wellington brought to last year's National Youth Tournament. Now moving in the 18s. And here comes Indy Russell-Leah. Good fast play the ball as Davis kicks again out on that left edge. And it's beautifully handled there. But Wellington almost have a miracle play. I tell you, it was a brave catch there by that South Island player on that right side, Indy Hillman. She was under severe pressure. Now the South Island team is made up mainly of Canterbury players. There are a sprinkling of Otago players in there, and we've got Claudia Broomfield of Southland in there as well. Now Muamu is in trouble on that right-hand side under some heavy Wellington defence. There's Muamu again, a little slight fumble at the tackle, and it's going to be a Wellington scrum feed. So Leilani Muamua under pressure there. Referee for this game is Joseph Green. So Wellington looking very hungry and motivated, and look excited to be out there to play. And why not, as I touched on, Charlie Gubb is their coach. You could see him a moment ago on the sideline with his clipboard in his hands, looking and observing very closely. This is Mania Porto. Davis has a little crack from dummy half. Good run from Maya Davis. Taupo again at dummy half. Robinson, 10 metres out. Taupo again. Looking good here for Wellington. Through to score is Amaria Ranapira. And Wellington look like they are here to play in this 18s division this year. Looking very solid and well drilled, well coached. And they look like they've got all bases covered. They look fit, with some strong running forwards. Some halves that are asking questions already. And, of course, Jess Barty is playing as well. He's also been playing for the Orcas this season in the National Women's Premiership. She hasn't even touched the ball yet. And I can tell you, she is a live wire. Jess Barty got a lot of talent. So this conversion, a much more handier attempt here than the last one, which was wide out. Good kick there from Davis. 10 points to 0. South Island already under severe scoreboard pressure. We've only been going 6 minutes. Well, the South Island, I don't think, have been inside Wellington's half yet in this contest. All good now. Let's see if the South Island can get something cracking here as we see Kyra Lee Westland restart play. And straight away, look at the intent and the ball running from Wellington. It's strong, isn't it? Kuia Tua with that carry again. Now a nice Drossards Lake, who got that first try. She was a winger in the 16s team last year. Looks like she's moved into the second row now. There's a good little run by the hooker, Dallas Taupo. Ranapira, who got the try. Look at the pace and power of Wellington here. Oh, that's hard luck. And it's going to be a loose carry. But Wellington's, the speed of their rugby league is excellent. And they are really stretching the South Island defence with a variety of attacking plays, powerful ball runners. And they're just playing with very good speed. The passing is just half a click above the South Islands as well. And it's all looking good for the Capital City team. everything a little bit faster, aren't they? And now we've got Claudia Broomfield from Southland, and here comes Hillman. This is a good breakout here by the South Island, but it all comes to nothing as we see Patia driving her opposite number into touch. And now Wellington are going to get another full set of 6 inside the South Island's half. Well, that was great defence, wasn't it? Patia, good solid contact. She knew the sideline was right there, and with the help of Nia Sutherland, drove her opponent over. So here come the Orcas again. Davis feeding Robinson. Taupo. And now Ranapira. So just saw a shot of the goalpost there again for the Wellington Orcas. Davis. Back on the inside comes Vonsel Tusa. Well, Ranapira again. Made that big burst earlier, and she's proving difficult to bring to the turf again for the South Island. Taupo from dummy half. And well, she's going to blow that chance there with a handover now for the South Island. But they hang on, the South Island. They've done pretty well to actually limit the try scoring to just 2 so far. South Island, they have not been over in Wellington's half. They've basically been playing the game without the ball. But they're not going to help themselves with little mistakes like that. Isabella Grant coughs it up just close to the line. So Wellington got a scrum feed, and good news, as you can see, the shadows are starting to form. We've got some sunshine here. Unfortunately, the forecast does not flash for day 2 tomorrow or finals day on Tuesday. Hopefully it won't be as bad as last year, where we almost had snow at one point. Now we got Wellington driving forward, and there's the 3rd try. Going over to score in the corner, Serena Toto. First touch of the ball for her in the game. Plays for Randwick, and Serena Toto, 14 points to 0. Just a simple shift from the scrum. Davis creating the overlap alongside Ranapira, and it's Toto going over. 14-0. Wellington looking slick. Must be such a joy for these players to rock up to training, to see Charlie Gubb standing there ready to go. There's their coach. So Davis, tough conversion attempt for her. And that one's going to be sliding across the face, but still a comfortable margin now for Wellington. 3 tries in the first 12 minutes. 20-minute halves today and tomorrow for all the players here in the 18s. South Island have got some serious challenges here with trying to stop this Wellington onslaught. But they'll have another go. Tai Arona is the coach of the South Island team. The South Islanders have been shell-shocked so far by Wellington. Madison Odering restarts for them, and now Wellington. And straight away you can see the challenge that the South Island have got, repelling the Wellington team, who have been super impressive so far. A nice Drossards Lake right on the halfway line. She got that first try. Now next player up is Tanaoi. Great service again from Taupo. Good pass from Sutherland. And some good D on that far side, but it's still in the field of play. And it's Drossards Lake again. Taupo at dummy half. Davis looking for the switch of play. It was a bit telegraphed, that one. As Tusa settles it down, but Tusa proving difficult to get to turf. Davis attacking the short side. And Rangifetu is over. Daisy Rangifetu, another score for Wellington. It's 18-0. Good strength shown by the Wellington winger. All over it was Indy Hillman, but Rangifetu just too strong. And going over and getting her first 4-pointer of the tournament. Daisy Rangifetu, we've seen her at the last 2 District 9s for Wellington. And she goes to St Mary's, of course. She finished 5th in the National Secondary Schools Championships this year. Wellington touch rep. Davis, who has just goaled the once, but several of these tries are wide out. She's got a good connection with that one. Just short though, so 18-0. 4 tries in the first half. Wellington setting the standard here. Another game's actually going on and out on the other field at the moment in the 18s between Counties and Bay of Plenty. And Counties and Manukau Stingrays leading that at the moment by 4-0. So I've got the 2 fields in operation today. So we'll go through all the results for you as we move through the day. So the South Island kick off again. Doing a lot of that in this first half. Drossards Lake a bit slow to. So she might have just copped a shoulder stinger perhaps there. Lovely offload there from Tusa. There's Rangifetu, the try scorer. Good defence that time. Good tackling from the South Island. Tanoi is towards the halfway line. Over the halfway line now. Ranapera, who's made damaging runs already and looks for the offload there. She's got her arms free, but wisely held on to it. Taupo. Now Davis again. It's a kick, turning the defence around. Oh, good work by the South Island's number 22, who is Muamua. But she's lost it. Wellington, hot on attack again, and Tusa. Oh, she got it on the line. How's that for finishing? Another score. That was, in fact, Whaanui has gone over to score it. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Not bad for Lords. Tanoi. Oh, that's a no-look score right there. She had eyes in the back of her head. She knew exactly where the line was. Great try for Tanoi. And this is rolling through nicely for Wellington in this game. And Davis will be thankful that this try's under the post as well. I'm loving the play of Maya Davis. She is looking very solid at 5'8". So there's the goal kick by Davis, 24 points to 0. And that's going to do it for the first half. So Wellington, 4 tries. Grossarts Lake, Taupo, Rangifetu and Tanoi. 2 of them gold by Maya Davis. And they lead the South Island at half-time. It's 24 points to 0.
Kia ora. Let's get you ready to go out there and have an epic rugby league game. But first things first, let's have a A simple warm-up is a game changer. Not only will it improve your performance, but it will reduce the chances of you getting an injury. And if you want to skip the sore muscles, don't skip the cool down. Now, tackling is a big part of the game, so don't cheat on the technique. A good tackle technique will help keep everyone safe. Collisions happen all the time, so it's important to know how to spot a concussion and what to do if it happens to you or a teammate. Sweet as, have a then go get into it.
At Pertec, we understand that our customer needs their plant and equipment up, running and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Using only world-class product from the likes of Bridgestone and Yokohama, there is no compromise for your valuable machines. Our attention to detail and precision is second to none. It's this customer experience that separates Pertec from the pack. Pertec, we'll keep you operating.
Well, second half not too far away here in this first match of the NZRL Youth Tournament in the 18s Girls Tournament, and Wellington up against the South Island, and it's been a tough first half for the South Island. They are getting well, a bit of a lesson, a rugby league clinic from this Wellington Orcas side, who've racked up 24 points in the first half. Grossarts Lake, Ranapira, Taupo, Rangifetu and Tanoi going over. And 2 conversions kicked by Mike Davis. They have looked super good indeed, the Wellington team. No doubt their coach, the former Warriors folk hero, Charlie Gubb. You could just see him in the distance there, barking out instructions. He was Pretty exciting player for the Warriors a few years ago now, Charlie Gubb. See him in the gumboots there. He's always been a bit of a character. Retired from the game now. Not overly old. He's only 33, is Charlie Gubb. Could still be playing if he wanted. Played 39 games for the Warriors between 2013 and 2017, and he played 5 games for Canberra as well, for moving back to Wellington and now giving back to the sport he loves. So he's got his team well and truly humming. And see what the South Island team can do in this second half. Well, 20 minutes to play. I can remind you too, we've got 2 other games coming up. In this day 1, we're going back to the 16s, where our next game at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and Wellington are going to be out there again against Mid-Central. Both won their first round matches, Mid-Central and the Wellington Orcas, in the 16s division. And we've got a penalty here to the South Island. And then our final match today is another 18s division match, and that will feature Akarana playing Waikato. And that will be at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So South Island get a penalty, much needed one for them. Good to get to their kick. But they've found it extraordinarily difficult to get inside Wellington's half to create any pressure at all on this crack Wellington team. As Tuilo plays the ball for the South Island. Here's a good little cut by Southland's Indy Hillman, but she's lost it. But there's been a hand in there, so it's going to be more possession for the South Island. Westland to take the tap. And now here comes Madison Oetering from Canterbury. Touched on earlier in the first half. Most of these players from Canterbury. It's Broomfield, one of the other Southlanders in the team. And now Gallivan. Got it back here. Has Gallivan from Otago. Anya Clark is also in the team from Otago. And here's a good charge into the line from Ella Basi Timor. This is looking better for the South Island, but referee Green says there was some illegal play in there and it's going to be a penalty for Wellington. Ella Basi Timor, we need to see her get her hands on the ball. She looked likely there. She's already represented Canterbury in netball and touch as well. So a very multi-talented sports person. So she's wearing 5 for the South Island team today. But so far there've been no match for Wellington. So we see Davis tap and get it underway again. So it's no surprise really Wellington being too good. Remember, they have 2 players in their team that have featured in the full senior women's premiership, the Sky Sport Women's Premiership this season. Rangi Fetu, that's a good run out of dummy half. There's one of them right there, Jess Partia wearing 1, and there's the other, Taupo, passing the ball right to her. They're both just 17 years old and already enjoying a full senior rep season for Wellington. Well, that ball's been allowed to bounce by everyone. Sutherland kicked it up, and now here comes Rana Pera again. Still alive, that's good play. Here's Toto again. Well, exciting, adventurous play by Wellington. It didn't end up in any points, but again, I love the intent they're playing with. They're giving it a crack. It's really good to see. Well, the South Island again have a crack. And they get another penalty here to Wellington. Some obstruction. Big chance for them here. Let's see what they can do. Ranapera, good pass, good offload. And now Sutherland. Ranapera again. The goal line there, that's better defence from the South Island. But the pass, the late offload, is away to Davis. Can they spread it here? Wellington, good hands. Just can't quite link up. There's Toto. Implements plan B. Dive at the line by Taupo's just short. Partia. Good hands from Whaanui, and she got that first try. We've got a try in the first half, rather. Dallas Taupo again, a dummy half. Wellington hungry for more points as Davis spins it to Sutherland. Ranapera, well, she dived for it but didn't touch it, and Rangi Fetu has picked it up for Wellington. Last play now for them. Maniapoto at dummy half. Now Davis with the big crossfield kick. Toto chasing through for Wellington, and it's gone dead. Well, close for another try there for the Orcas. They do hang on to the South Island team. So score remains 24-0 is what where we were at rather at half time. Well, the South Island are going to try again. You just got to keep turning up and keep trying. There's no point dropping your heads against this Wellington team, because that's going to happen. They're just going to thump you indeed. Put you on your backside. Tuilo. Westland at dummy half. Now Muamua. She's handled comfortably by the Wellington defence. And now under pressure, Seebeck. Gallifin. And it looks like play's just going to pause for a minute for an injury and back play there. One of the Wellington players is down. Well, hopefully she's okay. It looks like a leg issue, doesn't it, on the knee rather than a concussion. So no change to the halftime score. 4-0. Counties Manukau Stingrays are going okay in the other game. They're leading Bay of Plenty 18-0 at the moment. So that's the other game going on at the moment. Another game between Auckland and Waikato is actually being played as well. We'll bring you a full-time score on that game a little bit later as we move through these pool matches in both the 18s and 16s divisions today. So a chance just to have a look at some action from earlier. Some good play here from Wellington on defence. Jess Partia, thumping tackle. This is well executed try to Toto in the first half. This is the third try that Wellington scored in the half. And then this is the fourth. Rangi Fetu driving over the other winger. Good strength shown here by Daisy Rangi Fetu. Right there to power over, much to the delight of her teammates. And here's the try just before half-time. Very good try being scored by Lords. Whaanui. Now, looks like one of the Wellington players has gone from the game here. Not looking good here for Pearl Kahui Robinson, who looks like she's, well, based on that shot right there, will we see her again this tournament? It'll be tough, based on the fact that she can't put much weight on that leg at the moment. Well, we hope Pearl Kahui Robinson is okay. There's Charlie Gubb in the gumboots in the background. There he is. Look at his notes. He's there. He's ready to go, isn't he? He's demanding excellence from his players. He's wanting line speed. Not looking at all at the South Island players. He's looking at his own team. So we see a good driving run forward by the South Island. And there goes their kick. Well taken here by Broomfield. And Claudia Broomfield's going to go over and score the try. The Southlander gets the South Island on the board. And that try was brilliant. How good was that? Broomfield finishing it off here. But it was all about the kick beforehand, wasn't it? And the chase, spot on from Claudia Broomfield. 24-4, and the South Island score first in the second half. Well, there's something for the Wellington Orcas to think about. As they still hold a comfortable lead on the scoreboard, though, so there'll be no panic there. But still very good work there by South Island, because that was really only the first time, maybe one or two times they've been down inside the 20. Anya Clark, well, she's converted it. Not probably in the way she would have wanted, but you know what? It doesn't matter how it goes over, it's if it goes over. And it went over. So Clark converts to try, 24-6. Fantastic work by Broomfield to get through to score that try. I don't think Charlie Gubb will be too upset by that conceding a try. Conceding tries like that can sharpen your team up a little bit. Just keep them on their toes. Clark restarts play, or Davis rather restarts play for Wellington. So this is just tuned into the broadcast. This is the Wellington and South Island 18s teams going at it here in their first matches of the NZRL National Youth Tournament for 2023. Here's a good dart from Indy Hillman, and all of a sudden the South Island looking much better, and there's a penalty. Good work by the South Island. They're playing with a good attitude, typified by Hillman there. And there's a flop tackle. There's nothing much in that, but in the end, referee Green says that is going to be a penalty. The South Island coming forward again. Avia with the ball. Westland feeding Odering. And she's going to be tackled about 20 out. Kyrie Westland in a dummy half again. She's just going to have a run herself. Hit strongly by the Wellington fence, headlined by Tuiatua. Nice little play there by Muamua. She's getting close. Did she get there? She is just short. It's the last play. The South Island hunting their second try here. Might have some space out on the left. Good defence by Wellington. And it's going to be a handover. Toto with that last tackle. Hard luck there for the South Island's Mia McNaughton-Vincent on that left wing. She got close to scoring. Her team's second try would have gone back-to-back as well. But Wellington survive. Strong defence that time from Avia again. Shania Avia. Owen with a good tackle for the South Island. And now here comes Rangi Fetu again. She's comfortably handled by the South Island's defence. We're very keen to keep Wellington pinned inside their own half for once. Wellington, though, doing a reasonable job getting the ball out of the danger zone as we see the kick from Davis. Bit of confusion at the back here for the South Island. And that's a close call as they race back to get it. Good chase by the Wellington defenders again. Here's Hillman with another dart out of dummy half. Odering's dropped it. Did that go forward? It's gone backwards, says referee Green, so play on. No room there for Anya Clark. Tyler Limmer was at dummy half for that play. And there's the kick. It's not a bad one for the South Island. In fact, it's going to go into touch. So Wellington will get the scrum feed. That on the last play. See what Wellington can do here. Good tackle coming in from Kyra Lee Westland on Wellington's big front rowers again, who are starting to get back into their work again. Here's Davis with a good little surge. Limmer with the tackle. Now Sutherland waits at dummy half. Taupo wide of the ruck this time. Good little pass there to Blake. And now here comes Sutherland. This is good play from Wellington. Taupo. 5 metres out. Sutherland goes in to score. Big pass from her. Hopefully, well, unfortunately didn't hit the mark. And now the South Island have got it. Good work by them to secure possession, even though Muamua's been hurt there. Leilani Muamua. They've just copped a knock on the lower back there. Well, for all their attacking prowess in the first half, Wellington actually haven't scored any points in the second so far. So it's been a pretty good effort from the South Island to keep them scoreless whilst scoring one try themselves. So there's encouragement there for their coaching staff, Tai Arona, and his other management team. He will have something positive to say at the end. Look, you kept them scoreless perhaps in the second half. We outscored them. We can do it in the next game that they'll play. The next game coming up is against Bay of Plenty. Won't have live coverage of that game for you, but you can all follow these games online, folks, at the NZRL's website, which is sporty.co.nz/NZRL. Just go to national competitions and you'll find a link there for youth tournament. And you'll be able to see all the results as they're being fed in throughout today. Five minutes to play in this 18s match. As the South Island continue to work away hard here at finding a way back into this game. And here's Limmer. She's unfortunately just dropped it there, Tyler Limmer. Again, good pressure coming from Wellington. Headed there that time by Blake. So Sutherland looking to get this Wellington backline going again. So too Davis. Cooper it was playing the ball there for the Orcas. Now it comes to Mania Porto and now Jess Partia looking to skip through tackles. Taupo into dummy half again. Davis. Off she goes to Aotearoa. Hanging on for grim life there was Kyra Lee Westland for the South Island. Now here's Indy Russell Leah powering towards the line. Will she be stopped? She won't be stopped. Indy Russell Leah making the tournament team last year in the 16s division, stepping up to the 18s this year. And there's Indy Russell Leah reminding us of how good she was at last year's tournament as she gets Wellington's first try of the second half. 28 points to 6. And that will please, I'm sure, the entire Wellington camp that they've got something to show for the second half, which hasn't gone as well as the first at all. Now this is Maya Davis, 2 goals in the first half, 2 from 5 attempts in fact. And now she's 3 from 6 rather, as Wellington hit 30. So Wellington are going to start off with a good solid win here in the 18s. Reminding you our next game, we've got a bit of a break between now, the end of this game and the start of the next one. It's at 1 o'clock between the Wellington Orcas again, who we saw in the 16s earlier today, and they're going to play the Mid-Central Vipers. Now that is going to be an interesting game because the Vipers had a win over the Auckland Vulcans, 16-0 in their first game earlier today. So that result was going to raise some eyebrows here in Taupo. And then our last game at 2 o'clock this afternoon will be back in the 18s again, and will feature the other 2 teams in this pool. That in fact, the game we're going to bring you at 2 o'clock actually will be from the other 2 teams in this pool, Akarana and Waikato. Better defence that time from the South Island. And Wellington will be disappointed they didn't make better use of that kick-off. But there's always something to learn in sport, isn't there? Even though the scoreboard is taken, if you take the scoreboard out of it, there's always something to learn and improve on, particularly at this age group, the 18s and 16s, of course, where they're still learning the game, many of these players. Uliu'u with that run, and now here comes McNaughton Vincent with a crack at the defence. Here's Muamua, who's actually had a good game, I reckon, for the South Island. She's been lively. Oh, she's been more than lively. She scores. That was pure determination there from Leilani Muamua. And the South Island get a deserved try right at the end of the game. Good pace off the mark from Muamua. And you see what the District 9's last year, 5th year playing rugby league. And she's got a favourite saying of never give up. So 30-10 with the kick to come. Did have that injury stoppage, so there might be just a touch more time. And the conversion is away, and that will be the end of the game. So Wellington, despite conceding that last-minute try to Muamua, have comfortably won this largely on the back of an excellent first-half performance where they scored 5 tries to Drossards Lake, Ranapira, Taupo, Rangifetu and Tauanui. 1 more in the second half to Indy Russell Leah. 2 tries to the South Island in that game to Broomfield from fullback and Muamua right at the end of the game. So good one there to Wellington, 30 points to 10. We're going to come back at 1 o'clock and we are back in the 16s with the match between Mid Central and Wellington. And we'll see you then for that game.